Looking at the Euro USD here on the daily, we can see that price has been moving in kind of a pullback, a real nice pullback actually, right around the 115.83 down to about 114.79 daily demand zone here. And now price is coming back up into supply and into those highs. So be on the lookout for the supply zone starting at 120.14 up to about 120.92. That's the real big zone that I'm looking for there. And this coming week, which is what we're really after, is what's going to happen this coming week. I can see price kind of bouncing around here a little bit and really figuring out how strong this zone is going to be here at the 119.61 area. Now, the pullback may not be this extreme here on this. It may be pretty shallow, but I do believe that we are going to see 120.14 before too long. And this coming week, I would really like to see it be, push into the highs here, come back down just a little bit, and then power on through into the supply zone just above us here. So that's really what I'm looking to have happen this coming week. Okay, looking at the 60-minute time frame, I just highlighted the two supply zones just above us just so that we could kind of get a good idea of what's going on there. Now, the interesting thing in my mind is this aqua zone starting here around 119.43 up to 119.61. That is the level that I'm really watching here, just because I think price can move up to there, maybe recoil off this level just a little bit, and then power on through up into that 120 area that I'm looking at. Okay, so and inside that 120 zone we can see a purple zone and an orange zone, and those two levels are actually weak. Okay, so it may take a little bit of time for us to power up in there. We have to go through another aqua zone, but overall, once we get up there, I think it should be doable to push through that and into new highs, into like a 122, 123 area. So this may take a little bit of time to chew through this coming week, but I think it's definitely doable, and the uptrend will continue on as we look for this week's perspective. Now, looking here at the euro pound, again, when we're looking at these markets, context is everything. And right now we can see that this market has been in a range for the past several weeks, going back and forth and back and forth. And don't consider it anything more than we're in a range, and you can see how the zones nicely define this range just by natural price action, and how powerful the zones truly are, because it identifies this range way before the range actually started happening. Did we know that the range was going to happen? Absolutely not. But once it did form, it's really nice to see why price is doing what it's doing, and like what we see here. So price is recoiled off the top zone at 98.81 up to about 90.46. So, and now we're coming down to the bottom. Now, because we're in a range, we're waiting for the breakout of this range. So we're looking for price to exceed the extremes of these two zones is what we're looking for in my mind. Okay, so until it exceeds these two extremes, and okay, I guess you could maybe call it down here, or up here I should say, a little bit higher. I'm looking for price to exceed these extremes, and then we can say, hey, price is in an uptrend from here, price is in a downtrend from here. But until that point happens, then we're really kind of in the middle. And just to highlight a little bit, I would be waiting until price comes back down here for a potential long out of this range that we're in. Yes, when price comes down here, it's going to look like price is going to break through. I mean, obviously price has hit both of these zones several times, indicated by the chocolate color of both of these zones. So again, that's just the zones interacting with price and vice versa, and how cool the software is. But once it comes down here, we know that price is going to do something, and this is going to be a big area. So look for a lot of consolidation to also possibly happen here. If it does break through to the downside, look for that consolidation to happen before we see rapid expansion. Okay, so it may be a nice area just to take a couple quick longs. Maybe they don't pan out, but you could still potentially get a T1 out of a well-placed trade down here to the long side. Looking at the 60-minute time frame, I just wanted to highlight what levels I see happening here at the big daily demand zone. And inside that big daily demand zone, as price comes down here, we really have three zones to contend with. And what I'm seeing happen here is basically I am seeing price come down here and possibly touch this aqua zone with some good force, and I would think that that aqua zone there could hold price pretty well, because price is only, well, it just formed that level, but it's not really retested that level, so I think that that level could hold very, very nicely. Then also down there at the very, very bottom, maybe we could see price hold a little bit there, but once those two levels break, again, that would be like where we're kind of putting the bottom of the range. You can see the little aqua line that we drew there representing what I felt was kind of the bottom of the range overall. So once price breaks that, then I could see us moving to the downside pretty well.